Trump, have to discuss that. It have a lot of effect on Canada and in the whole world in general. Anyway, before we begin, my name is Etienne Imaswan, real estate broker, mortgage consultant. I'm here. I've been in the business for over 2 decades combined, So, we need to discuss is it the best time to buy real estate? Do you need to wait till the market prove or not? So those are the things I'm going to touch on. So as you know, I don't just sell real estate. I'm an investor first to begin with, right there. Get that one out of the way, investor first. And I still believe the opportunity is still there right now as an investor to buy. As a matter of fact, it's never better time than to buy right now as an investor. Now, if you're buying your first home, definitely there's no better time to buy now if you're buying your first home. In general, every time is the best time to buy a home if it's your first home. Because guess what? You need a roof over your head. That is number one goal. So if you're paying rent and you're saying to yourself, the market is not right for you to buy, guess what? You are paying rent. You're losing money there. You're paying somebody else's mortgage. You're paying somebody else's vacation. You're sponsoring somebody else's vacation. You're sponsoring somebody else's children's school fees, cottage, etc., etc., etc. So, it's your first home. This is the time to buy. There's no any other time. Actually, every time is the best time for you to buy your first home. Now, if it's not your first home, it's your second home, your third home, what do? If you have the money sitting in your bank account, this is not a borrowed money. You have the money, you have the resources to buy. Go out there and get yourself a deal. There are deals out there that need to be taken. I had a client that called me this afternoon. She was interested in a home 2 years ago or 3 years ago. At that time, it was listed for 1.6, 1.7. Today, she wants to buy it. The same house is back on the market for $1.3 million. That is a savings of $300,000. So she have to do refinancing in one of her condo so that she can purchase it. Now, even though she don't have the money, but she have the resources, she can get it from a house, from a condo to use to buy it. So that makes sense. That is great opportunity. And the house also it's a big house, 3,500 square foot home, but the basement have 2 separate entrances. Now, that is the key there too. When you're looking to buy these days, as an investor, look for a home whereby you now have to have a separate apartment in the basement that is going to help you carry out the mortgage, pay the mortgage. So all the burden of carrying the mortgage doesn't fall right on you. So it's very important to buy homes. You can carry the mortgage along with the tenants, contributing to it. If they can pay for everything, that is amazing. But even if they paid for 20% of it, 50% of it, 80% of it, 70% of it, whatever amount they contribute into it, help you to pay the mortgage, is better than you paying the whole thing 100%. So always keep that in mind, that you always want to get tenants to pay for your place for you, instead of you paying it all by yourself. So, like, this lady was a perfect example that this is the time, as for you to buy your second home, time to jump on it. If you live in a place that is too small, you live in a condo and your family is growing, this is the time to take advantage of it. Because if you're waiting tomorrow, you don't know what tomorrow is have in stock for you. Tomorrow, price went back up again. Just like the interest rate. We were expecting interest rate by now would have dropped further 100 basis points or so, but it's not. It's still sitting at, where it was like 4 months ago. So now the next Fed meeting is coming up and we're going to see what they're going to do. But the consensus is that they're probably going to hold it because the inflation is still pretty high. So with all these fights with the US and tariff, so they're probably going to leave it the way it is, So now, it's not going to be like that forever. There's going to be time when they're going to start reducing again. We're getting close to it, very close to it. Once we tie up this trade negotiation with the US, I think the opportunity will now present itself for us to start reducing the rate again, resume reduction of the rate. So, but in the meantime, what do? Go out there if you have the money. If you have the money, go out there and shop. Buy. The market is very low right now. The market interest rate is pretty reasonable compared to a year or 2 years ago. 2 years ago, interest rate was like, at the bank, was like 7%. Right now, at the bank, it's like 4.19. So interest rate is pretty much have come down from a year or 2 years ago. So go out there and do shopping if you have the money. Now, someone might say, well, if I don't have the money, but I want to buy. I want to take advantage of this market. Now, interesting question that I will say, if you don't have the money, can you leverage what you have? What do you have? Do you have a line of credit? Unsecured line of credit. What is your game plan? Now, this is my advice to you. If you have a secure line of credit of, let's say, $50,000, $75,000, right? And you have the income, obviously, and you want to buy a $700,000 home as a first time. If you are a first-time home buyer, assuming, as a first-time home buyer, you can buy that home for minimum 6%. So the first 500 is like 25,000. Then anything above that, 10% of that, which is 750, that'll be like 2,500. So you're looking at 2,500. You're looking at $50,000, and you have $75,000 line of credit. So you use the $50,000 from your line of credit, put down the money, down payment. Then you use, hopefully, you have a closing cost. In matter of fact, you should at least have a closing cost. If you don't have the down payment, you have a closing cost. Don't put a closing cost on the line of credit either. So you need to show some financial discipline too, that you know how to save some money. So at least you have a closing cost. And you close that house. And that house, either you move in, if you are single, you move in, you rent, if it's a 3-bedroom home with finished basement, you rent out everything in the house. You can even move to the basement and rent out everything. If you're single and young by yourself. Now, if you're not single, you live in a place whereby you're still comfortable. There's not too many, no reason for you to move. You're still comfortable where you are. And the rent, or you stay with your parents, or if you are paying rent, the rent is cheaper than what the mortgage is going to be on your new home. You stay where you are. Rent out your new home. If you can get more rent on it. As a matter of fact, you can even do Airbnb on your new home. If you do Airbnb on your new home, you will be more than pay the mortgage, pay the line of credit every month to pay it down. 2 years, 3 years from now, you would have paid off the $50,000 line of credit, pay down the mortgage. 2-3 years from now, you don't have a debt of the line of credit. The down payment has been paid off. And you have a home that is yours. That is what you can do if you don't have money and you have good credit, job, and a line of credit. So, yes, you might think, oh, is it that simple? Is it that easy? Yes, it's that simple. If you need more information or have any question, by the way, reach out to me on the social media. Send me a text, send me an email, send me, in that area. Okay, so that is what I would do if you don't have money for down payment. So let's see what we can do for you. Now, this thing, reach out to me on all social media, Tim Anson Real Estate. I'm here to answer all your questions in real estate or mortgage that you ever have. And I'm here to hold your hand through the process every step of the way. This is the year. This is the year of multiplication. Thank you. Talk to you soon.